Hello. In this tutorial, I'm going to show you how to get your mandala slice ready for digital painting. So over here I have a student slice. This is by Joy. And the reason I chose her slice is because she has a nice simple design, but if you zoom in, you can also see that there are some areas that have holes here, and for some of you, you might also have holes like that, and I mean, it's not the biggest problem, it's just going to take a little bit of editing. And also another reason that I chose hers is because you can also see that she has a unique outer edge. And so for those of you that also have a unique outer edge and you'll have to work around that, this is going to help you with that. Okay, so at this point, just get comfortable using Command plus to zoom in and Command minus to zoom out. And the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to resize this JPEG file. Okay, so the first step is go up to Image, go to Image Size. This window is going to pop up. And right now, I want you to make sure that it is set on 300 pixels per inch. Okay, so make sure that that's what it says, because I think initially it should say 600. You want to make sure it's put down to 300. Okay, so when you've done that, that's great. Just press OK. And now it's going to be resized for us, and that's exactly what we want. So the first thing we're going to do is we are going to cut out the slice and paste it on a new transparent background to work with. Okay, so in order to cut out the slice, this is what has worked best for me. So down here, third tool down, the polygonal lasso tool, two-finger click, okay, and if you don't see it at the top, just know that it's going to be somewhere over here. So find it. Mine's at the top, so I'm ready. I'm going to get a little bit closer, okay, and as I zoom in, I can see that, the line is not perfectly neat, but that's okay. I can fix it later. So I'm just going to click right at the tip and zoom in as close as possible. And just press down, and now you've got a line that is almost pinned down to that tip. So make sure that that line is there and that you really got the tip right there, okay? And go all the way down to the bottom. Oops, not too far. And you're just going to press it right at the edge over there and do your best job to get all of these edges in. Okay, so notice that I'm not cutting the slice out yet. I'm really just cutting the whole pie slice. I'm going to deal with that editing later, so don't worry too much about that. Just important that you just cut this all out. La 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 la. Okay, get down to this end. And now I'm going to get all the way back to the tip. Oh, wow, I went really far. Woohoo! Going down and getting back to the tip. Now, you will know that you're at the tip because you'll see this O pop up next to the icon of the cursor. Okay, so that's when the starting point is now meeting the end point. So when you see that O, you know that you have completed the entire shape. So click down, okay, and then you're going to see the marching ants, and I'm going to zoom out so you can get a good look at that. The marching ants, wonderful, wonderful. Okay, so now I'm going to go to Edit and Copy, or you can go to Command C, Copy. So now I'm copying what has been selected right there. I'm going to go to File, and I'm going to go New, a new file I'm starting. I'm going to call it Amy, well actually, let's get this down. Let's get my class number, Amy Z, and slice, okay? And This is very important. You have to resize your document, okay? So if you change the measurement here to centimeters, it's going to jump to this size. It's jumping to the size of the selection. We're actually going to move it to 20 as width and 29 for height, okay? Resolution is 300 pixels per inch. Lovely. Background contents, we want it transparent. It might be set to white. Make sure to change it to transparent. Okay, so you've got your name. You have 20 centimeters as width, 29 centimeters for height. Resolution 300 pixels per inch. Great. Okay. And now we're going to paste down our selection. Okay, so now it's pasted down, and now we are ready to begin painting our slice. So let's zoom in, and well, actually, you can't paint your slice yet until all of your shapes are full, because notice, look at what happens when I go to Magic Wand and I press this, like I want to paint in this one shape. Because there's a hole, it's going to select everything. So this is why it's very important that you enclose all of your shapes. Okay, so I'm going to press Command D to deselect, and I'm going to go down here. Okay, so this is the pencil tool or the brush tool. Pencil tool's fine, and you can change the size of it. I'm going to change it to about like 4. I think 4 is big enough. And I'm going to zoom in. And so I'm getting really close. Okay, I'm getting really close. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to use the color picker tool the eyedropper tool. The eyedropper tool to get the color of that gray line, because I want it to be the same. So if you just click with your eyedropper tool, you'll see that your foreground color is changing into that color. That is the color of that line. And then I'm going back to the pencil tool, and now I'm going to finish that line. Okay, so at this point, anywhere that I have some spaces, that's what I'm trying to finish. I want to complete all those shapes. I might zoom out a bit, maybe I'm a little too close, but over here, okay, I see a space. I want to fill that. So for some of you, you might spend the class just checking that and making sure that you don't have gaps, because those gaps are going to make coloring really difficult. So just check that there are no gaps. Go all around your slice and say, okay, oops, I forgot it over there, and just finish the design all the way so you are enclosing your shapes. Okay? And basically, after you have closed in all of your shapes, I'm just going to zoom out and pretend that I have. I think I probably need to work on this a bit more. But then you should begin painting your mandala slice using your split complementary color scheme and thinking about how you can create a gradient, okay? Because the gradients, if you look around the room and you look at the sample mandalas that are out on display, they all have in common a really lovely use of gradients and a really nice use as well of using that split complementary color scheme. So think about how you can use that split complementary color scheme to your advantage, okay? And that's about it. I'm going to help you do some editing later on. But at this point, if you start off with this, you should be good to go. Okay, thanks for listening.